Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Can everyone hear me? See me? Fantastic. And what about? Can you see my screen as well? Are you able to see? Okay, let me just see how to share my screen here. Fine. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, how about now? Does that work? Thanks. Yeah, I thought I'd wear the T-shirt for you guys. Keep it blab related. All right, great stuff. Give me a few minutes, and let's try and wait for everyone to join. Dietra, yes, there will be a recording afterwards. Greetings to New Jersey, Atlanta, Denver, Houston, and so forth. So Nachum, our CEO, is going to be manning the chat over there. So any questions, please put them over here, and he'll try and be on top of them and answer those. But I'll start in a minute or two, and then thereafter, if you have any questions, just feel to ask away, and I'll try and cover them. And if not, then feel free to ask on the members group, and we'll try and answer all those questions for you. Okay. First off, thank you very much for taking your time to join me today. I know we all have super busy schedules, so thank you for joining me, and I'll try and keep as brief as possible, but cover as much information as I can in a short period of time. And then, so once I finish the presentation, please ask any questions. Then I thought maybe it's a good idea to, if any of you want to share your pages, I'm happy to give some critique. I'll open up those pages over here, and we'll go through them together. What works, what doesn't work, ways to improve, and really make that page of yours a really effective sales tool. Just by way of introduction, we all know we live in a digital age, so there's more and more on a daily basis. It's moving away from sitting in front of face-to-face meetings, and most of us, I'm sure, have got clients all around the world. Myself personally, Australia, Far East, America, UK, Europe, and so forth, and it's all handled by sending out a link. Here are my times, here are my services, this is what I do. Book some time with me. There's no hassle around that, but enough of that. Let's jump into the presentation here. So like I said, I won't be able to see your questions here, but hopefully, Nachum, please keep on top of those if you can. And let me try and go through this. Okay, so first off, okay, so I broke it down into like a five-step action plan. I wanted to cover profile and cover photos, then customizing colors and fonts of your brand, then on to gallery photos and side panel, product and service photos and videos, and lastly, the custom footer. Those are really kind of, I feel like, the core elements of the page. Obviously, there's testimonials and there's the services and et cetera, but really, that all falls within these five steps, so to speak. So first off, let's jump into the let's jump onto your profile photos. So you'll see, once you've logged into your admin here, you've got your cover photo and your profile photo. So if you'll see an example here, the demo page using this cover photo, this top image here, and your profile photo. I'll go through a few examples as well, what works, what I feel works, what doesn't work. So let's go into actually working on how to create a really great cover photo. And now I'm aware a lot of you don't have Photoshop or high-end, or not necessarily in high-end, but ability to kind of create images to, this 1950 by 350 pixel. It's not really, maybe it's not so easy, and you have to ask a designer, or you feel like you have to ask Fiverr or ask someone to like create these graphics. But I did a little bit of research prior to this tonight, or this afternoon for you guys, a lot of you guys. First off, there's a really great resource here called Pixabay. Pixabay are like royalty-free stock images, so they provide quite a huge database of images. They're all free to use, so find an image that really speaks your brand. I feel an image that's really kind of just if you're a photographer, it's something that that portrays that what you do, and try and find an image that really speaks your brand, speaks your message. And yeah, so if moving on from that, I found also a really great resource to actually create the banner themselves. So if you go here, like I mentioned, the dimensions are 1950 by 350. Okay, so this website I've provided within the document here. So I'll provide this resources, this PDF for you to hold on to create the graphics yourself. But this is really great, really easy to use. And two main points: it's free, and second of all, there's no watermark or anything on the images that you create. So there's a bunch of free photos within here that you can use. I just took one from Pixabay, just downloaded it. Just make sure that it's a good resolution, somewhere around, you don't want to make it too large, the file size, but also a good resolution. Okay, so download that, and is there an issue with the? Let's try and share the screen again. Yeah, I'm not sure about animated video, but like animated GIFs and things like that for I don't know if you can create it within Crello. I had a quick look earlier, but I didn't see anything about animated GIF files for that. There could be other websites. I think a few of you talking about that in the chat. Yeah, I'm sure it's supported, so you can create something like that has some motion and things within it. But you just drag and drop an image onto the canvas here. Resize it to the size so make sure this is probably not a great image to use here, but let me choose. Let me upload an image. So let's say this beach image here that I found works quite well. So you just drag and drop it here. Just resize it to fill the whole width of it. Now a lot of you might want to put a little bit of text on that. Maybe even the Book Like a Boss logo that I've got to hand here. And then just it's a matter of downloading that and uploading it onto your page here. And that will it'll automatically crop it to the size. And you can use that and look really great on your page. So I'll just show you by way of example. I think there was one here, blab cover. Okay, actually, let me go back a step. Let me download it. Yeah, JPEG is fine for this. Okay, so then let's go back here. And that allows you to upload the image. just an important point to mention while I'm cropping and saving it here is that even though you might want to add some text within your cover image here, just remember that on mobile and tablet, it's going to be slightly affected. You don't want to make it too small because that will affect the size on mobile. For example, when you go down to a iPhone size, just make sure that it's still readable, just by way of testing this. Okay, so that's really the cover image. I'll just go quickly onto profile photo. Likewise, just make sure, because it's a circle image over here, it does automatically crop it. So if you did have text or a logo, make sure it's within that those dimensions. It says here 200 by 200 is the minimum size. So likewise, here in Crello, you can create a canvas to those dimensions, or perhaps even slightly larger, keeping the same proportion, say 600 by 600, and just make sure that the image is sufficiently placed from the edges. Okay, so that's really the resources section here for the cover and the profile photo. And I just pulled out a few pages from some of our bosses here. And let me just open these up and just go through what I think works and doesn't work. Well, works really for them. And just waiting for those two. Okay, so Tara T, obviously photographer. So she hasn't put any text or logo here, but it's really to the point. You understand 100%. You get a good feeling. You want to book her. You want to spend a little bit more time on this page. It's like drawn you in, and she's kept it very short and sweet. I've seen a lot of pages where there's reams and reams and reams of information, pages and pages. And the problem with that is not only that it push it so far down your page before you even get to your services or your appointments. It's really not necessary. I don't feel it needs to. You should be able to convey and cover and say who you are and what you do in a matter of a few lines, a few sentences. So try and keep that short and succinct. So here's another example, defining leaders. They've made use of this square and this shape and used that to create a really great cover photo here. And likewise with the profile photo. And finally for Laurel Papworth, so she's created a banner specifically to that size, and she's pulled out like her four key areas that she covers in her business. So you straight away get an idea, what she's all about, pulls you in. There's a video here to explain a little bit what she does. And okay, so that's really the profile and cover photos. Let's move on to, we're not that quick. Let's go back a step. Okay, so let's go back to the second slide here. So customize your colors and fonts. I'll go through this very briefly. You can access this on your on the left-hand side of your admin page here. This page is due for a little bit of upgrade actually soon, just to make it a little bit clearer for you, but just to break it down and give it a little bit more spacing here. But fundamentally, about me section, book me section, and so forth. This is all handled by these little color swatches here. And in addition to that, you are able to customize the fonts to try and find a font. I know there are about maybe 30 fonts or so here. So hopefully, I chose fonts that are the standard, most popular font, like Google fonts, that will allow you to try and, if not be exactly the same as the font that you use in your brand, but hopefully something similar that you can use. So really that covers all the color aspects of your page. And I try and, my suggestion, for example, on my own personal page here, I've tried to keep everything, two color tone really. At the most, you should never really go more than 3 colors. That's like the general rule. Try and keep, here I've just kept it very, to the point. Likewise on the support team page, just the two colors. And then obviously further down the page, the testimonials and services are their own color, just to delineate the sections of the page. Where else are we up to? So let's go back here. Okay, so gallery photos and side panel. So you'll see on this page here, also my own personal page, there's just the ability for you to allow some gallery photos to explain, to show what you do. These might be projects, this might be client testimonials, like pictures of your clients with quotes on them, or because I'm a designer, obviously it shows a lot of my portfolio here. But it can really maximize and make use of the side panel, because it really it fills up a lot of the page, and it's at the end of the day, it's your portfolio, it's your sales page, and use it as your sales landing page to really get those additional bookings. Okay, so I've shown also a few examples of pages that make good use of the side panel. Okay, maximize it, not only the gallery, but also the ability to add, working hours, or call for reservation, or any other bits of information, address, and so forth. Website links. Here they've got a lot of testimonials on the side that I mentioned earlier. Headshots, photography. Obviously, they've shown a few examples of their work. It just adds a little bit to their page. It fills it out. It really draws you in, brings you into the page, and makes you want to spend a little bit more time on that page. Okay, so moving on to product and service photos and videos. Now, this is a key point that maybe a lot of you aren't aware, but it's very useful and very much suggested to add this to your services. I've got a service here, so just checking about that. Let me close a few windows here. Okay, so let's go into the edit mode for this particular service, and you'll see the section here to add photos and add a YouTube video. So I'll just show you a working example here. Let's go back and use this beach image again. Okay, and you'll see you'll be able to crop it accordingly. I think it's a 16:9 ratio. There you go, the dimensions actually there. Okay, and also let's add a YouTube video here. So let me get one from our tutorial page. Doesn't really matter which one, but go on, let's do this one here. Okay, so just make sure that you have the HTTPS part of the link in it. The full URL needs this in order for it to work. So add this YouTube video. You can move it around by dragging and dropping. And for whatever reason, if you want to delete it, you can by way of clicking on the X. So make sure to click Save Package. Let's jump over to the page, hit refresh, and you'll see now under Service Offering, there is this video that will play within, as well as the other additional images. So it shows a slideshow of images as it scrolls through. So really, make use of that. It's very effective. There might be a number of services that you offer that kind of really draws out and would explain that service. So maybe try also to include that. And I think finally, the next point that I wanted to cover was your custom footer. So if you head over to the footer section of your page, You'll see at the moment, I've just left it plain and simple, one color. I've just left the logo, but let me show you how to customize this a little bit more. And this is very effective. Let's say you wanted to add links to your blog, links to other websites, terms and conditions, privacy state, GDRP, whatever it might be. You can add as much as you want down in the section. So if you just scroll down a little bit over here, you'll see text box 1 and text box 2. Okay, so I'm just going to write here, or type in here, link 1, link 2, link 3. Okay, just make sure that those links, if you do add them as links, highlight and click on this and make it a link. Okay, let's hit update and refresh this page. And you'll see now this section here shows your links. Let's move the social media icons over. And let me show you how to get rid of this logo and put your own logo. So you would just select from the drop down under powered by or your logo. And you'd say, I want to use my own logo. And you say choose file. Okay. Now you'll see you have to resize this logo to make sure it fits that space correctly. So I'll show you what might happen if you have a logo too big and how to resize it. Okay, so let's update that. Okay, and obviously as you can see, it's way too big for that space. So I once again jumped onto Crello and I created an image that was to the dimensions, I think it was 60 by 60, as long as the height of the image is not much greater than that, not much greater than 60 by, let's say 70 or 80, but it can be as wide as the logo, so to speak. And just hit update. And if you wanted to change the blue background, this would be activated on the custom text page, which we discussed earlier. And here you can see this logo is updated on the bottom here. It's the right size. And I think that's pretty much covers a lot of the aspects that I wanted to cover that I feel were important in the graphic sense and in terms of really making it effective. So thanks very much for your time. And let me jump over to the chat here. So if there's any specific pages, if you guys want to share me your page, let's open up on the browser here. Let's go through it and I'll let you know what works. Okay, not all in one shot. Okay, let's give me a little bit of a breather here. Right, so okay, very nice. I like your header image here. It very sets the tone. I like the way that you've used one color for your page. I think that really works. I think that's great. I'd maybe suggest potentially the About Me section, maybe to cut it down a little bit. I know it's easier said than done, but you might want to maybe take, some of this text, like really important text, maybe put it on the side here, and, pull it out with quotes or put it in an image or something like that, just to, cut this down a little bit so that when people are coming to the page, they don't spend so long scrolling down before they hit the book me. Does that make sense? Right, okay, so let's see. Let's go back a little bit here. Okay, where's all the chats here? Okay, let's go to Wendy's page here. Hey, Wendy. Okay, also a really great page. I like the way you've done the colors here. It's very straight to the point. I like the fact that you've kept it short and sweet. You've made great use of the side panel here with the gallery. Lovely photo. It's very inviting. And your cover photos, sets the tone. So great job there. I really like it. I really, really like it. Yeah, great job. Okay, let's see one of the other pages here. Hey, Colleen. Really like your page. I love that you do graphic design. I guess you got a head start there. Yeah, it looks great. My suggestion, maybe change the color of this button here, perhaps. I know you're trying to draw attention there. Potentially it's maybe getting a little bit lost if it were the same color, but maybe explore that, maybe make the text a little bit shorter as well, just so it doesn't run into the logo, into the icon, sorry. But yeah, it looks nice. Love your logo at the bottom there. Good job. Okay, let me scroll. Let me scroll down because I think it says jump to recent. Hey Ruby. So yeah, thanks for sharing your page. I definitely, yeah, if you maybe if you get a chance, try and maybe make use of this Crello, tool here just to create an image that maybe is a little bit to the point. Like if you're spiritual intuitive mentor, self-awareness, maybe try and find an image that relates to that, and it kind of sets the tone for your page a little bit. Great profile photo, I think that works, that's fine. Maybe social media icons, keep them one color. I personally prefer that look. And yeah, but let's go to Joy. Thank you, Joy, for sending your page. And let's look at this one. Let's have a few up here. Katya and John. Okay, so let's go through these page. Hey Joy, I think we were chatting the other day actually. Thank you for joining us and thank you for sharing your page. So yeah, just one point to mention, just be careful here because the text is getting cut off on the side here, so you can't see it. And just make sure to have a look how that looks on a mobile as well. Or a tablet, just it might be that it's a little bit too small and gets cut off. Maybe even make use of these great images, really, really great photos. Spread it out and make use of the full header space with a smaller section. I don't know, play around with that. Happy to send me a message another time, and if you're exploring a few options, happy to give you feedback on those. Video is great here. I think maybe the about section could be a little bit more information, like maybe explain some of these, maybe like 1 or 2 sentences, just to fill it out a little bit, not obviously too much, but just to give a little bit of explanation for those that aren't so familiar with what an integrated energy heater is or a life and soul purpose connector. For myself, I'm not necessarily so familiar with some of those terms, so maybe to explain what you offer, like what do you really get into, what do you do, what do you solve. Yeah, great use of video here again. Video is the new medium, so to speak. Hey Neil, thank you for sharing. Great header photo here. Okay, great. Yeah, cool pages there. Yeah, I think my suggestion is this is way too long. Not that I can understand what it says, but I feel that it's, by the time you get down to this appointment section, you might have lost a lot of customers potentially. So maybe try and keep that a little bit shorter, or have a README section, or even add a link to the bottom that says, more information or more details or something like that. Yeah, try that out. Maybe your social media icons, keep them one color. Yeah. Hey Katja, great cover photo here. Really nice. Great to see it in another language, in German, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, not many comments here. I think it looks good. Hey John, thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing it. So yeah, I like the fact that about me is quite, yeah, that's great. Call me. Skype, contact, maybe the social media, just keep in one color, my personal preference. Options Meister, just careful that's not getting cut off here. Maybe even potentially make full use of the background here. Maybe use an image that covers the full thing and have the text overlaid on top of it, with a slight like shadow, white text maybe. Happy for you to share that image with me, and I'll give you some further feedback on that. Okay, thank you. Pleasure, John. Hey, Justin. Very nice. Love this photo in the background. Really, really great. Really good. Looking good. Looking good. Actually, by way of mention, I think one of our top customers is a barber. I don't know exactly where in the States, but he's killing it. He's getting hundreds and hundreds of bookings literally every week. He's really doing well, and he's really maximizing the software to the fullest. So wish you much success, and hope to see you up in the top 10. I don't know who's the top clients. Not sure I'm allowed to share it, but take my word for it. Hey Chris, let me jump onto your page here. Hey George, what are you asking? Can you show some with a video that greets visitors? What do you mean, like a YouTube video at the top of your page? Is that what you mean? Okay, thank you, Chris, for sharing. Really great photo here, nice family photo. Yeah, it's to the point. I like the logo here, call to action, phone number. Maybe in addition to that, have your phone number and email address on the side here. Make use of the side panel, because if someone comes to your page and there's no way of them, if they're on their phone, to try and come and phone you or visit your website, they need to manually add in that link, or actually type in, go between the page and the phone to try and type in the number to phone you. So I think there was a post that I put a few weeks back, maybe a few months back, how to make phone numbers clickable in the side panel here. So if you're on your phone or even on your computer, even on your laptop, desktop, whatever it might be, that if you click on it, it opens up Skype to make the phone call, or if you're on your mobile, it obviously make the phone call directly there. The number comes up, and just makes it that much easier for your customer to phone you direct should they need to. Okay, Karen, I'm gonna jump and take a look here. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think first off, my comments are just about the about me. Maybe just try and cut that down a little bit. Make use of the left side here. Maybe add some images here. You've focused on social media management and development services. Maybe also add that section over here. Create some graphics that speak those areas of speciality that you focus on. Maybe add that over there. Yeah, I like the footer here. Maybe it's, at the moment, I think the image has got a space on the top and bottom, maybe to cut that so it only really focuses on the logo, so that the footer is not so high over here. Happy clients, awesome blogs. That's great. Yeah, maybe just work, make that a slightly larger font, and the link itself, you don't actually have to show this HTTPS. You can just have here, or read some of my happy clients reviews or something like that, and that text, make it clickable as a link, and so that customers don't even have to see that URL. Okay, so I think Nachum just mentioned about Nachum, whatever you feel comfortable with. Nachum is the new Nachum. So yeah, he's pointing out that there's a Facebook members group. So after this webinar, if I didn't get around to catching your page and giving you any critique on it, please post your page there. It's a members only group. Post feedback. It's happened many times in the past. Bosses share feedback on each other's pages, how they can maximize it, how to improve it, and so forth. So make use of that. Post your page there. Someone create a thread, or I'll create a thread later on. And happy to give further advice there. So Nachum, I think if you want to maybe just share that, there you are. You're one step ahead of me. Okay, so we'll get around to later just accepting all your request for joining. I think Michael, you asked about the top edit being a video animated GIF. Yeah, let's just go here. Yeah, GIF is supported. GIF is for animated graphics for the header. So by all means, you can do that, no problem. I'm not familiar if you can do it with Crello, but maybe just there's other resources out there, free resources or for sure paid service resources that allow you to create GIFs to these dimensions and make use of that and really bring it to life. I think that's a great suggestion. Okay, great stuff. Another 10 to the group. Can we change our footer? Yes, you can, Cynthia. I covered that a little bit earlier. There is the footers page in the admin area. I won't go into too much detail, but if you go into footer, or later on, once this webinar is released for further viewing, then by all means, please follow that footer section, or there is also on our YouTube channel. Okay, there's there's videos for each and every feature that we have. So not from a design perspective. It's more from connecting Zoom or connecting your Google Analytics or so forth. Yeah, that's it's all covered on those pages, in those videos. Sorry. Hey Lance, thanks for sharing your page. Like your digital marketing graphic here. Maybe just add a few more just to fill up that space. Maybe there's a little bit more. Maybe if you want to focus on, I don't know if you have a website here, Facebook ads, SEO funnels, maybe there are specific pages on your niche marketing. You maybe want to link those specific services that you offer to those pages on your website, and just so customers can get a full understanding of what does funnels mean, what does SEO mean, social media, and so forth, and what do you cover, what don't you cover, and what do you expect to achieve by them working with you. Not sure if that's intentional, but maybe just remove the spacing below here. I'm fairly certain you can add maybe bullet points here or little emoticons or something like that. Yeah, but like the cover photo, like the profile photo, it looks great. Sylvia, about the chat, I'm not sure actually. Not sure about that. Okay, Deetra, sorry, I think I missed your link earlier. Yeah, thank you for sharing. So yeah, helping you excel beyond average. I think that's fine. I think also on mobile that'll be perfect. So what's my critique here? R&D. Not much to say really. Maybe just make this number a clickable link. Please just raise it on the Facebook members group if you wouldn't mind, and I'll find the original post about that, just to make that clickable. Business coaching, maybe add some gallery photos here, and maybe fill it out a little bit more, but not a lot to critique on this. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, Kevin, how do you remove the space below? So to my knowledge, I think there's probably extra additional spaces or something underneath the text. So I think you just have to highlight and delete. You just have to highlight and delete, or Control A or Apple A to select everything underneath and delete it, and just make sure to update the page. I think that shall cover it. Fine for now, okay. Let's go into Ashley's page here. Let me open up a few pages here. Daniel, hey Daniel. No problem, Karen. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Hey Rachel, yeah, I think there's going to be a link. I'm not familiar myself, but there should be a link. And what we'll do is we're going to send it to all attendees here. Anyone that registered, that attended, we'll share that link, and you'll be able to view that. So whether you want to share it, it doesn't have to only be. It's not only viewable by those people that registered to attend. It can be shared. We'll probably share it on the Facebook members group as well. So yeah. So your PA, your virtual assistant, will be able to see it. How's it, Daniel? Thank you for sharing. Great, love the photo here. It really sets a tone. Online coach, I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, maybe even some way, maybe in some ways, maybe move your photo up in the profile details photo here, because it's not a company, it's your name here. So it could be that the photo here and then the logo goes up into the cover photo here. Maybe in this middle, maybe like play around with the location for it. Maybe that's a suggestion. I don't know how you feel about that, and maybe some other photos covering what you offer, like this nice photo here, and the testimonials. Yeah, looks great. Maybe just play around with the colors as well. If you've got this like gold and blue, I think it would be really effective to make use of that. Maybe like all your services as well as your about us can be like that blue, and the gold could maybe be the button here, just to emphasize it. Maybe the social media icons could be the same color or even blue. So try play around with that. Yeah, and change these colors as well. Change the turquoise, change the purple. Have a bit of fun with that. Don't be shy. Okay. Hey Ashley, thank you for sharing this. Yeah, Behind the Numbers FC. Yeah, great. I love the fact that you've used just the two colors here. It's very effective. It's to the point. Potentially maybe condense this a little bit. I know it's a little bit hard sometimes. Maybe add a few gallery photos, videos. Maybe it might be a good idea, showing a short video of you presenting, doing a discovery call. If you've got a video of speaking to attendees or giving like financial assessment, so that customers see that and they're like, great, I understand 100% what you offer, and I want that. Boom, let's book it. Pick my brain. That video just to cover and show what it's all about. What am I getting for that? Because as good as the text is, a video, tells you a million things. It really sells to you. Okay. Maybe just to space out the side panel here. It's looking a little bit condensed. Put some space in between the phone numbers, space in between the email and the site, and make these clickable links. Make them clickable, because right now, if I want to go to them, I can't click on them. I need to manually copy and paste and enter. And I know that's not a difficult thing to do, but it's one step extra for me. It's one step extra for your customer. So you want to try and cut that out to make it as easy as possible for them. Okay. Yeah, we'll have your take on name versus business name. Really, it depends on, every case is different. It depends on, it really depends. It's not an Not an easy answer, that one. Yeah, the pros and cons to both sides. It took forever, and I've set up keywords for a couple of years, so the top 2 points are often said. Yeah, that's a really great tip, Sandra. Thank you for sharing that. Really great tip. Yeah, iPhone's amazing for that. We didn't say iPhone, but I'm assuming, I know that can be done on iPhone, but I'm sure, oh, you did say iPhone, yeah. So yeah, I know iPhone's great for that. I'm sure Android also does it. As soon as you start typing a few letters, like you've said, your Blab Pro J, that automatically adds in a link, your custom URL for that specific service, so you can do it very quickly on the fly. Okay, Rachel, let me have a look at your profile pic and your, give me a second, I'll get to it. Pleasure, Ashley, thank you for joining us. Hey, Nachum, how's it feel to be on the chat side, my friend? I'm usually on the other side, it's not so easy. Sore fingers, man, sore fingers. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, so I think, I'll be honest, yeah, I think this image on the top here, I know you're trying to cover all the things that you're offering here. It might be better to take them and put them over here into the gallery section. Maybe just also an image, say Excel Biz Formation, Biz Legal IQ, the second image, best legal practice for Biz, image 3. So people, if they're looking at your gallery, they can get like a feel for what you offer. Also maybe put it into your About Me and link that to maybe your website or somewhere that explains what those services are. I guess in the services section, you're going to explain that as well. But maybe just play around with that. I think even just a single image in the top here that really speaks Excel, Biz, and Legal. For sure, if you go to Pixabay and you type in business or financial, even financial is maybe a better one. Some of these images really set the tone. They really, they really explain to the point what you're all about, what you offer. Okay, we covered that page already. So let's see, is anyone else? Which other page? Denise. Okay, let me jump into that page. Okay, Daryl. Okay, Mark, so you've asked a good question here. If I use the iframe, what formatting does not come through? Okay, so when you create an embed, each embed, now these are an embed. Let me explain quickly for those that are not familiar with what an embed is. This allows you to add it onto your website, let's say WordPress or ClickFunnels. There's a number of other platforms that we do support. So each and every embed, you can have 100 different embeds, no limit to how many you create. It might be that you might have your booking page that you share with your customers, but in addition to that, you still have your website that you've been using for years, and you still have all your information and all your services in greater detail. And you might want to also put a little widget on that page that allows customers, while they're browsing your site, to book you just for that service later, so to speak. So you are able to customize each and every embed. Let's say you have 100 embeds. Each and every one can have a different color. So you might have 10 pages on your site and you want each and every one a different color. We allow for that functionality. Each one can have a different font if you want it. So what that shows is just this section of your page. This section here. It doesn't bring in your top section here, your header, your profile photo, your gallery, your testimonials. It literally only brings in this booking widget section, and that is what's customized to your page. Hope that covers your question. Okay, so let me go to Daryl. Thank you, Daryl, for nice page here. I think you probably just created this quickly now, no? This looks, unless it looks very similar to the, who was it? that I covered in the example here. Yeah, looks very similar. By all means, I think it looks great. Maybe just a suggestion, maybe bold the font. I'm not such a fan of the font face. Maybe play around with that. But yeah, really, it's really great because it shows what you're doing. Movement workshops, online courses, great. Best-selling author, love it, and speaker. It really sells you as an individual, as a movement coach, as a nutritionist and author. So really great job there. Potentially just like play around. If this primal play are your colors, maybe make use of them. Maybe make the contact button that color. Maybe make the social media, this like coral kind of ready color. Play around with that. I think it looks, make use of it. Okay, love this here. I love this font. The Nourish Queen Functional Health Solutions for Women. Straight away I know exactly what you do. I would potentially maybe change these social media icons. I'm not such a fan of this color here to this pinky color. Maybe even make the about me, book me. There's a few colors going on here. You've got the pink, you've got the blue, you've got the yellow, you've got this pink again, and then you've got like an orange. And then personally, in my designer, these colors don't work together. So maybe just explore, and then you've got blue. So try and keep it like rule of thumb, like 3 colors at the most. And please, feel free to share it if you want some further critique on that. Pleasure, Neil. Thank you very much. Thank you. Boss love. Yeah, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. I'll just reiterate what Nachum's mentioned over there. So it might not be public, it might not be out there in the open, but there's a lot of stuff going on every single day. There's a team of us here that are working, improving. It's not a create on the shelf, leave it together dust. So in the next couple of weeks and months, a lot of these parts of your admin area are going to get an upgrade. This was done a year or 2 now, and as we've added features and really built it, the backend user interface and experience is not as crisp and easy to use as I'd like it to be, even though that many of you love it and think it's great, and that's what I set out to do when I designed and designed everything for it. But watch your space. There's a lot coming. And one other thing I just wanted to cover was on the integrations. There was a few customers that had, a few bosses, should I say, that had videos on their pages. So if you wanted to make use of this, you would head over to the integrations page, and under YouTube, you would have a field here. So now just make sure, important point, is that this URL should have the HTTPS, this section of the link, the HTTPS, okay, within that link. And hit save, and that will pull in a video at the top of your page, okay? So yeah, I won't cover all these integrations. That's for another discussion, another topic. But really great integrations there for you to use. Okay. Yeah, Wendy, I didn't cover exactly how to do a collage like that, but I think Daniel, was it? Already forgotten, sorry. You can by all means drop in the images, you can rotate, and you can play around, and you can create a collage here. It's a really great tool I came across a few days ago, and I thought it would be fantastic to share with you. So, you can create, go wild. Actually, I meant to mention, there's a section here, text. And let's say you want to create a banner for like a 30% offer that you're doing. You want to add it onto that. You want to have your logo there. you want to just do a promo for like 2 or 3 weeks, and you want to create a coupon code and create this really great banner, that highlights that. Well, there's a whole bunch of free things here. Make use of it. It's free, so why not? Like big sale, 50% off, just to really grab your customers' attention. Okay, and that can be found under texts. Okay, you can add a whole bunch of different color effects to your photo. You can add actual text that you want to type on top of that. You can change the font. It's a really, really great tool. You just have to sign up. You just have to create an account, but it's a free account. Okay, pleasure, Daryl. Okay, let me jump to the most recent here. Any suggestions? Let me jump onto your page, Don. Any suggestions for, what does it say here, for different cities? Okay, so Don, any suggestions for this that I'm building for a client that books shows in different cities, different months, different cities, different months? It depends. Like if you're going to be in those cities for different parts of the year, different cities, different months. So let's say the first 3 months in one city, another 3 months in another city, then that's no problem. You can do that. That's fine. You can do that. It's just going to be problematic if you have yeah, that's fine. March, April, that's fine. You can set a custom schedule for each one of those. If you want a little bit more information on how to do that, please send me a support ticket. Support tickets, you'll see when you're in your admin area that there's a little chat box over here. So just click on that. That comes through to support. Send me a message. If I'm not online at that exact point, please leave the message, and as soon as I'm back, I'll come and reply to you. Okay. Jill, I think we've got maybe time for 2 or 3 more. I think, Nachum, if I'm correct, we have an hour for the webinar, correct? Is that right? And I'll just jump in there. Can the calendar be set to local time zones for the clients? Yes, it automatically automatically goes into their time zone. So if you send it out to someone in the Philippines, let's say, it will order all the times will be shown in those time zones. So when I, for example, send my page out to my customers in the UK, all these times they will automatically see less 2 hours. So they'll see 6:30, 6:45, 7 o'clock, and so forth. However, let's say they're away in business and they want to change it. They say, right, I'm actually going to be in Hong Kong that week. I want to see, what the time zones are. So they book it here, and that automatically translates to their time zone, your time zone, sorry. Yes, I'm going to have to limit it, Nachum. I've got a lot of support tickets to do, my friend. iCloud mail integration. I think some of these are moving into support questions. So maybe Nancy, I'll give you some feedback. Yeah, so Daryl, I think some of these are coming into support questions now. Let's try and keep it on track to design related. Happy to answer those questions there, but as far as I'm aware, integrating with Apple calendars is supported. Apple Mail and so forth. Yeah, I think it's not a problem. Ken chatbot, yeah, you can add on integrations. ConvertFox is one of them, or call pages. So if you want to read a little bit more information, please go over to those links over in your integrations page. Nancy, thank you very much for sharing your page. Looking great. I like this nice big logo on the top here. Explains exactly what it's all about. SEO School for Women. Maybe just keep these logos to one color. Use this purple. Love the purple. So the contrast of the purple and the gold would look really, really effective, I think. Love that you've kept it to the point. Book meets, fantastic. Testimonials. Overall, maybe just the background color here. Pick up on this purple. I'm not sure what plan you're on, but maybe also like customize, add your logo at the bottom there if that's something that's important to you, or any other links. Or I know you've linked to your website here, but maybe if there's specific things on that website that you want to pull out and focus attention to, maybe also add those as links here so people can get your customers can get straight to them very easily. Jill, thank you for sharing this. Yeah, I think just with the images here, it's a shame that there's a little bit of a white space on the sides and in between. Maybe it is that you even shift those up one more and add another image. Maybe just play around and use this Acrylic tool here just to make that pop a little bit more. And maybe just remove this big space over here because it's pushing your gallery photos quite far down. Apart from that, maybe if you have your logo without a white background, you need to save it as a PNG format, and it needs to also have the text reversed. It needs to be in white text with the gold, maybe. Okay. Okay, this one, Lloyd, make her day. I'll try my best. Okay. Right, Odette, I'll review her page. It's driving me nuts. Please review. Oh, really? Sorry. Have I been missing it? Have I not seen it? Sorry, Colleen. Sorry. Okay, so let me just okay, so Odette, I'm going to cover it now in a second, and let's take two more. Like Sharon, I'm going to take your one, and who else? Who is the lucky final candidate? Joanne. Okay, so Joanne. Okay, fantastic. So right, these are the last three I'm going to cover now. Sorry, guys and girls. But like I mentioned during the course of the webinar, please share your page links. I'll try and get to everyone. I'll try and give critique and try and cover be to the point and cover as much as I can. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely use it again. There's lots more webinars to come. There's actually another webinar next week, not design related, but it's also very beneficial to watch. I think it's something along the lines of making, Nachum, what's it called again? Remind me, please. Something about LinkedIn, I think it is. Like maximizing and increasing, making money on LinkedIn. Okay, I think to increase about tenfold or something like that. So just look out for that. I think that will be shared very soon, if not already. Drew, good question. Nachum, I'll leave that to you to answer, as I'm not 100% sure myself. Okay, let's get on to these final 3 pages here. Hey, Joanne, I think we were chatting yesterday or the other day, so thank you. Good to see put a face to a name on the chat. Thank you for jumping on here. So like the image, really effective. An obstacle is often a stepping stone. So it's really to the point. It covers exactly what sets a tone for what you offer. Maybe just actually bring it down a little bit. So it's not, I don't know what's above this image here, just to bring it a little bit more in focus. So it's not looking so much on the maze. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd like to maybe see a little bit if there's a way to zoom out a little bit, maybe. Yeah, maybe add some gallery on the side here. Not sure if this orange section here around the Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays on purpose, but maybe make that white or another color. Just it looks a bit funny there, in my personal opinion. I like what you've done here. Maybe just make the first one also the same. I think that one got missed out. Yeah, just breaks it up. Looks good. Maybe keep it uniform. Maybe also keep these ones. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, Sharon. Okay, looking good. Okay. Right, I see what you've done with the 3 colors over here. Maybe just define the cover a little bit at the top. At the moment, it's just a white background. I feel like it's kind of looking a little bit not disjointed from the page, just not connected. Maybe even potentially a background image, and but it's obviously something that doesn't interfere with these logos and the text. Yeah, great use of the cover photo, these gallery photos here. Maybe just potentially space aside a little bit, give a space after here, put a line break over here, and once again make these links clickable if possible. My feeling here for the Let's Talk is that there are a lot of appointments here. It might be beneficial to really narrow down and focus. It's easier said than done because I don't understand your business fully or at all, really. But it might be that you want to narrow it down to, let's say, 5 to 10. And for a lot of these, there might be specific appointments that you send to specific set of customers. And by those, you can hide from your page and send them the custom URL. So only they are seeing them, and really kind of like streamline the 5 to 10 things that you are offering and want to take appointments for. Does that make sense? Odette. Okay, thanks for sharing. Okay, first off, I think this was way too long, in my opinion. I think it pushes, I've mentioned it a few times, it pushes everything way down the page. And what is really the most important part of the page is getting bookings. Yeah, it's getting people to book you. It's all well and nice having the cover photo and the profile photo and everything else, but your real value for the page comes from the bookings. Okay, you know, there's that feeling, you get that first booking, it's a good feeling. It's like, right, I've seen a need for it, I understand it, I can use it in my flow, I can use it in my business, and I can maximize it, and now I can monetize it from it. So really try and get this up far higher up on your page, even if it means keeping, you know, up to that much text or even up to here, and then the rest can be links, you know, added on the section, on the side panel here, that link kind of explain, you know, what you believe in, and what is the prep bar and so forth. But yeah, it's getting there. All right. I think that's it, everybody. I'm going to have to call it quits there, so to speak. But thank you very much to everyone that's joined us. Nachum, you can stay by all means. Nachum's here for another 3 hours to answer all chats. So please feel free to send messages. Okay, and Colleen, yeah, please, you know, send me a support ticket or share on the members group. I'm happy to give you further critique, and that goes without saying to everyone else. And yeah, Nachum has to stay till midnight. Okay, midnight Eastern time. Yeah. Pleasure. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, Sharon, a link will be sent shortly. Pleasure, guys. Thank you, boss family, and speak soon. Take it easy. Have a great day, a great evening, great afternoon, wherever you found in the world. Be well. Take care.